If you want to be more persuasive and have more impact when you communicate, when you speak to others, then be conscious of using your body language to help amplify the message that you're trying to get across. The reason for this is because upwards to 93% of the efficacy of your message, the ability of your message to really persuade others, is dependent not on the words that you use, but actually on the nonverbal message that you give supporting your verbal message. Realize that your audience is not hanging on to every single word that you're saying. It doesn't matter how great the data is, great the information that you're giving. They're not paying so much attention to that. It's a component, yes, but they are paying attention to your facial expressions. They're looking at your shoulders, your arms, your torso. They're listening to the tone in which your voice is presenting. They're looking at all of these for signals of what it is that you're saying. So when you realize this, that the audience is paying attention to everything that they see and the tone in which you speak and you present, well, it behooves you to start using these other tools to support the words that you're using, not to leave it as an afterthought, not to be completely unconscious, not to think about it, but intentionally use them. And this is especially important during online communication like Zoom and Teams, where the vast majority of your nonverbal communication is cut off because we can only see your face and your upper shoulders and hear the tone of your voice. Use those to your advantage. I have to be very candid with you. When I started my professional career 20 years ago, I really wasn't thinking about using my facial expressions. I didn't really think about using my body to communicate. I didn't even know that it was a thing. And when I learned it, I still couldn't do it because my body was so used to being business professional, stoic. I ended up having to go to improv courses at Second City in Chicago to essentially pay people to teach me how to relax myself, to let go of my ego, to learn how to use the tools that I had, my facial expressions, my tone of voice, my body, to help get my message across. Now, I would encourage you to take improv courses, of course, but there's another way you can develop these skills, and it's through a game. It's very much similar to the game charades. It's called duct tape. And what the game duct tape is essentially a game where you imagine that your mouth is covered with tape and you no longer have the ability to use your mouth to communicate what you're trying to get across. You only have nonverbals such as body language, facial expressions to communicate. This is a fun game to play online. All you need is to have a Zoom room and have one or two colleagues who are going to join you. Essentially, all you do is the following. Have each individual come with 15 or 20 words. Maybe it's just general things or objects, or maybe they are professions. And that person just acts it out on screen without using their mouth, and then the other two members try to figure out what that word is or what that idea that the person is trying to convey is in the absence of words. And what this game does is that it has a powerful carryover effect into your professional world, where when you give presentations, when you conduct meetings, when you speak to other colleagues, to clients, you will start using more of your nonverbal tools to help amplify the words that you are using. The more you play this game, the more comfortable you will become at expressing yourself without relying on your mouth. Here's how to get started right away. Identify one or two colleagues who want to enhance their communication skills. Set up a Zoom meeting once a week, recurring. Maybe it's just 15 minutes. And have fun getting better at communication.